That's great. So I will be talking about this, the hands-on approach, and I am actually an academic. That's great. So I will be talking about, and being an academic, our only opportunity, the interface with communities. I am actually an academic. And that is a paradigm which is often contested. And being an academic, our only opportunity, the interface with community research, but perhaps, I can convince you that is a paradigm which is often contested. Research and traditional ivory tower form of research, but perhaps, I can convince you that it is also a valid some of the key ideas and behind this participatory development. So this is the kind of drawing I did to many of these authors, chambers, some of the key ideas. Basically, the key message from this philosophy espoused by many of these authors, chambers, etc., and come up with solutions. Basically, the key message from this is to integrate, to synthesize. I won't important things in this whole process. One thing is very important. The other one is also instead of talking. It's about learning. It's not about lecturing. We are all trained as talkers, but you have to learn when you talk about capacity building as well. It's also the other one is also process of learning. That is, it's about learning. It's not about lecturing. We're not telling people. Perhaps the other one is also about capacity to relax. And have fun and not lose your sense of humor. That way, you build up the bonds, the connections. And perhaps the other one is also to be able to relax and have fun and not lose your sense of humor. The next one. So I'll give you two very quick case studies. Connections. That's the theory. The theory is over now. So that is the point. So the case study, the first one, this is the next one. So I'll give you two training of trainers, quick case studies. Action research project. That's the theory. The theory is to combine different streams. So the case study, the first one, action research, where we try to do it in training of trainers and focusing on leadership for women in disaster. So we try to combine different streams. There's training of trainers, and then this action research, where we try to do it just to tell you that women in many of these contexts are actually true leaders. So they actually make all the household level decisions. Just to tell and to learn from that process and women build up our own and we supported them in that process. So this is the basic idea. And to learn from that great details, all these trainers were trained, including men. Knowledge base. I mean, every time people talk about gender, gender is not only about women's welfare. And I won't go into the relationship. All these trainers were trained, including men. Genders, which I mean, every time people talk about gender, gender is not only about women's welfare. So having said that, no, I'm digressing, so I won't go there. And in the second stage, I believe what we did was we actually did the training in the village. So having said that, no, I'm digressing. See the police women go there, and in the second stage, what we did was we actually were trained by us, training in the given a package, and then they ran the training in the village, and we just supporting the training. So there were five police women went really well. I think it sounded good. Given a package, and then they ran the training in the village. Then afterwards, when we said that a training of trainers means went really well, I think it sounded good. Of trainers. The main problem is that afterwards, that is the ideal process. Of trainers. Now, if it doesn't kick off by itself, training of trainers of innovation and uptake, that is the ideal process. Now, if it doesn't, this is exactly what happened because it doesn't spark projects at universities, innovation and research institutions, we get then it's confined. And this is exactly what happened because our projects at universities. So when we talked about it, we thought they'll be inspired and running, but they said no, confined. We are very happy to do it, but you have to come back and maybe find funding. So when we talked about it, we thought they'll be inspired and running it, but they said no. The second one is in Bangladesh, and I failed to tell you that at the beginning. I'm originally from Bangladesh, and I think that's one of the university there. I had this. The second one is in Bangladesh, and I failed to tell you that at the beginning. I'm originally from Bangladesh areas. When I was working at the university there, I had this community studies project kind trying to improve flood resilience, documented the community, rural areas, and understood how they live. And you can see it's community studies. There's the kind of stuff. So we went there and documented the community, talked to them, and understood how they live. And you can see some of the houses there which we documented. How they built an elevated floods. This is what happens. Because we had the community workshops, separate works some of the houses there, different timings, all that. I won't go into in great detail. And trying to understand the problems with their local houses. The community workshops, what could be done. Separate workshops for men, women, different timings, all that. I won't go into in great detail. And trying to understand the problems with their local houses. We took some of the ideas on board and we supported them, and one of the villagers volunteered to. And then we did the demonstration. Her house. We took some of the ideas on board to fix it, and we supported them. And talk about all. We call them BFS, Building for Safety Options. Very simple innovation. Her house, treating the bamboo, protecting the lower part of the bamboo. I won't talk about all. We call them BFS, Building for Safety Options. Very simple innovation. Cement stabilization. Treating the bamboo, protecting the lower part. Cement stabilization is just adding 5 to 8% of cement to plinth soil by what we call cement stabilization. I won't go technical. Normally, these plinths cement stabilization is just adding 5 to 8% of cement to soil. Demonstration houses that we did, we built them, improved them. Normally, these rainwater gutters there. Sorry, I'm pointing here. Rainwater gutters there, which is also demonstration houses that we did. We built them, improved them. We had rainwater gutters there. Sorry, I'm pointing here. Rainwater gutters there, which is also an innovation because they don't do it. And the other idea. And we went back after that when we built the houses, looked at them in the floods, contaminated groundwater because we stabilized those places. And I'm talking only 5 to 8% we went back after stabilizing. So it's totally affordable in that floods, and they were easily done, easily replicable, using the same technologies to 8% cement.
वसुधैव कुटुंबकम हजारों वर्षों से भारतीय मनीषा का मूल मंत्र रहा। एक मंत्र जो पूरे विश्व के लोगों को एक परिवार बनाता। इस समय हमारा विश्व परिवार क्लाइमेट चेंज और ग्लोबल वार्मिंग से होने वाली समस्याओं और आपदाओं से घिरा हुआ है। इस विषय पर चिंतन करने और समाधान ढूंढने के लिए महान हिमालय की धरती उत्तराखंड के देहरादून में इस वर्ष 28 नवंबर से 1 दिसंबर तक
So we all worked hands. These are architecture graduates studying for 5 years, get a bachelor of architecture degree, and they don't know what to travel is. So this was hands-on. So we all worked hands-on and did things. We did the construction. We're no different from the villagers, and we learned. Remember, I told you fantastic, doesn't it? This process is a two-way learning process. We go there after a few years with the group, and you see that photograph, right? This is sounds one fantastic, doesn't it? Shows you now what happened. This we one there shows you the years, and you see that photograph, right? This is one photograph, and the shows you house actually owned by his brother. Shows you the people follow it. So now stabilized plinth, you know, it's fine, covering it with plastic and protecting it. House actually owned by his brother. The other house below, he didn't follow it. They said no, we don't want to stabilize it. We'll build a lower. Covering it with plastic and protecting it, just to save. So we found the other house below. Like, what's going on? They said, no, we don't want to stabilize it. You were also eager, enthusiastic, you participated. What's happening? So yes, we'll do it. But if you come back, what's going on, guys? Why didn't you do it? You were also eager, enthusiastic, you participated. What's encountering some of the real, we'll do it again. But if you come back, decades of doing so-called development and pump money into, so we start really encountering, especially after disasters, giving response, all these decades, all that, of doing so-called development and pumping money into the local society, especially after disasters, resourceful response capacity, and all that, and that kind of slowly developed a patron-client relationship. The local us and them started proliferating, resourcefulness and huge disparities, urban, rural, and then they even within rural communities, with urban communities, huge disparities, huge started proliferating. And when there's this disparity, when the change agents, urban, rural, going, and even with the rural communities, with urban communities, huge disparities, huge what you get out of it. And when there's this disparity, when the change agents done something going to the community, I'm finishing this last slide. It's difficult. So my main point with this is that maybe we should do some more introspection. Maybe we can change ourselves. Maybe we can be mold ourselves. So my main point with this is that maybe we should. I mean, you're here in Dehradun, right? Maybe we can change ourselves. Road intervenes between rural and urban. Suddenly it's totally rural, and 1 minute it's. I mean, you're here in Dehradun, right? Oh, great! The whole road intervenes between. So anyway, so we have suddenly it's totally rural, and 1 minute is totally. And thank you very much for your attention and great disparity. So we didn't just right here. So anyway, so we have to change, and that is all I want to
wonderful
say. And thank you very much for your
case studies. And I think we need to look at such more case studies across the smaller countries where excellent case studies. And I think we need to look at such more case studies. I think this is a good idea that countries where we identify that we can bring transformation. So you presented globally in DRR. We are talking about this is a good idea that we identify that we can bring transformation. Now, moving to DRR, we are talking about transformation. So thank you for the wonderful presentation. Esteban Torres, moving to, she is coming from Ecuador. She is the ministerial advisor in the Ministry of Miss Esteban Torres. Sorry. She is coming from Ecuador. Ministerial advisor in the Ministry of Urban Development Housing. So over to you, Mr. Torres. Sorry. And you have 8 minutes. Ministerial advisor in the Ministry of Urban Development and Housing. So over to you, Mr. Torres.
Thank you.
And
Good afternoon.
you have
with
8
all.
minutes
It's
for
a-
your deliveries.
It is a pleasure for me to share this session with you. And I thank the organizers for the invitation. It is a pleasure for me to share this session with you. And I thank the organizers for the invitation. I try to do my best. Sincerely, I don't